ブだ。メリークリスマス。こんな日に何やってんだよ、お前ら。
Last time on Tokyo Revengers Season 2, Shifuyu and Hakai attempted to get Takemichi to surrender, claiming that they had already lost the battle. Despite their efforts, Takemichi was determined to win, taking out the clover necklace Hinata had gifted him earlier for courage. Takemichi states that if he defeats Taiju, he is taking over the Black Dragons. He lunges at him but is quickly punched by him. He then charges at him again, only to be pummeled by Taiju. Hakai urgently tells him to stop, as he can't change anything. Takemichi remembers how isolated he used to be, and argues that Hakai is the one that can't change. Renewed with a sense of purpose, Takemichi goes back to face Taiju, recalling that the first time he chose to alter his fate was after Atsushi died, and since then, people have gradually accepted him. Takemichi manages to land a blow on Taiju at the same time as Taiju strikes him. Taiju remarks that he barely felt it, then collapses to his knees. Takemichi, however, refuses to give up yet. He proclaims to Hakai that even if there is only a slim chance to alter the future, it's worth risking your life. He then adds the fighting is not what hurts the most, but being alone is the most painful thing. Takemichi also affirms that he can talk to him about anything, since they are friends. Hakai, overwhelmed, falls to his knees and begs Takemichi to rescue him. Meanwhile, everyone is taken aback as Taiju drops to his knees. In response, Takemichi steps up and declares that he will protect Yuzua, just as Hakai had wanted. Yet, Hakai admits that there is no mark on his face, and Yuzua has taken all the beatings for them both. Hajime scoffs, pointing out that Hakai was protected by a woman, yet still took credit for it. Yuzua tells him to be quiet and that it was her decision. Hakai apologizes to Takemichi, confessing that his lies had caused everything. Takemichi assures him that he isn't alone in his fault and that he himself is just as weak. Takashi agrees and reveals that he had hated his life and had once left his siblings, only to be slapped by his mother and hugged while she apologized for their situation. Everyone is vulnerable, but that is why they have friends. Takemichi and Takashi tell him they won't abandon him for his lies. With a newfound appreciation, Hakai takes off his black dragon jacket and thanks them all. Hakai confidently faces Taiju and affirms that he won't be wearing the black dragon uniform ever again. Taiju fervently counters that he is the one who guarded their family and he shouldn't be defied. Unmoved, Hakai firmly punches Taiju, declaring that he will protect his family and friends and beat up Taiju. Shifuyu perceives that he didn't say kill, but beat, and informs Takemichi that the future could be altered. Hakai and Taiju fiercely exchange some blows. Suddenly, Taiju becomes infuriated that God is testing him again, and with one swift punch, he brings Hakai down to the ground, agonizing why he must slay two of his family members. After subduing Hakai, he pivots to Takemichi and the rest and menacingly states that they won't be getting out of here alive, as his soldiers have surrounded the church. Shifuyu peeps out of the window and confirms that there are 100 Black Dragon members outside. Takemichi stresses that he never intended to flee, and unless they overpower Taiju, the future won't change. Before we continue, hop on down to the comment section to answer the question of the day. What is the best animation studio? Now, this is entirely subjective, and there could be multiple reasons why you think one or another is, but just leave a comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. And now, back to the recap. Takashi's admission of failure as an older brother shocks Yuzua, and she is reminded of the day when her mother was in the hospital and asked her if she liked her father. Yuzua sadly explains to her mother that her father is never home and almost never talks to her. Her mother apologizes and hugs her, telling her that she will protect her. Yuzua, now with a newfound strength, reassures her mother not to worry and focus on getting better. Unfortunately, her mother passes away soon after. Yuzua visits her grave and tells her that Hakai started going to school and that she will protect the family and hopes for the day to hug her again. Sadly, the promise to protect her family is tested when Taiju starts beating Yuzua and Hakai every day. Yuzua takes it upon herself to endure the beatings in order to protect her brother, and remembers Teita's call and the knife he gave her to protect Hakai. Takashi and Shifuyu valiantly challenge Seishu and Hajime, while Takemichi bravely faces off Taiju. As Hakai awakens and joins the fight, Yuzua is embraced by her mother, reassured that she is not alone. The two valiantly battle, but Takashi and Shifuyu are slowly wearing out. Takemichi soon finds himself in a similar state, and Taiju looks down on him with disdain, telling him he has lost everything. Undeterred, Hakai replies that he should go to hell and learn a lesson, a statement which only fuels Taiju's rage. Despite the odds being stacked against him, Hakai continues to fight with fervor, but Taiju still maintains the upper hand. Everyone then suddenly hears a motorbike engine. Takashi quickly recognizes it as Manjiro's bike. Manjiro quickly parks his bike and strides towards the church. Takemichi ponders who could have called Manjiro, but still concludes that with him, they are saved. However, Takashi isn't so confident as they are the ones who broke the truce, and he is uncertain of what Manjiro would think of that. Manjiro enters the church, greeting everyone with a Merry Christmas, and inquires what they are all doing on this day. Let's go! Manjiro has appeared. Will he wipe the floor with Taiju and save Takemichi? Find out on our next recap of Tokyo Revengers Season 2.